You have apologized for your softness long enough. Tonight, you stop. I have shrunk my softness down to make it fit in smaller rooms. Called it weakness when it was the deepest kind of strength. I have said sorry for the way I feel, the way I care, the way I love. Tonight I take that sorry back and let it dissolve. My softness was never a flaw to be managed or explained. It moved through storms that would have broken something harder. I confused gentleness with fragility for far too long. Tonight I see the truth. My softness always knew. I am done apologizing. I am done apologizing for my softness. For my softness, I am done apologizing. I am done apologizing for my softness. I am free. Softness was never small. It only looked quiet because it never needed to prove itself. I think of every time I harden myself to be taken seriously. Tonight I let that armor rest, and my softness stand instead. It was never in the way of my power, it was always part of it. Tonight I stop editing myself down to please a room. I am done apologizing. I am done apologizing for my softness. For my softness, I am done apologizing. I am done apologizing for my softness. I am free. My softness held people together when nothing else could. My softness noticed what strength alone would have missed. I no longer traded for approval, for smallness, for silence. Tonight my softness stands beside my power. Unashamed, I am done apologizing. I am done apologizing for my softness. For my softness, I am done apologizing. I am done apologizing for my softness. I am free. I used to measure my worth by how much I could endure without softening, as if strength only counted when it left no room for tenderness. Tonight I release that measure, that old and heavy scale. My softness was never something I needed to survive, despite. I think of every apology I offered for simply feeling too much, for crying too easily, for caring too deeply, for loving too fully. Tonight those apologies dissolve one by one into the quiet. I keep the feeling, I keep the caring, I release only the shame. I am done apologizing. I am done apologizing for my softness. For my softness, I am done apologizing. I am done apologizing for my softness. I am free. My softness walked through fire and remained soft. That was never weakness, that was mastery. Anyone can harden under pressure. It takes something greater to stay open. Tonight I honor every time my softness chose to stay. I am done apologizing. I am done apologizing apologizing for my softness, for my softness. I am done apologizing. I am done apologizing for my softness. I am free. There was a time softness felt like the price I paid for love, as if I had to soften myself smaller just to be kept close. Tonight I understand my softness was never a price, it was a gift. And I stopped giving it away to anyone who asked me to shrink it. No more sorry for the way I feel this deeply. No more sorry for the way I love this fully. No more sorry for the softness that carried me this far. It carries me still, tonight and always. My softness was never the opposite of strength. It was always, quietly, my strength from my soul to yours. They called it weakness. It was never weakness. They watched me care and called it something I should hide. They watched me feel and called it something to control. My softness carried weight that hardness could never hold. Tonight I stopped believing the story they gave me. My softness was never my weakness, it was my depth. It let me see what others walked past without noticing. It let me love without needing to win, without needing to guard. Tonight I reclaim it fully, without apology. My softness was never weakness, it was always my depth. My softness was never weakness, it was always my strength. My softness was never weakness, it was always, always me. What looked delicate was only ever deep, never fragile. I think of every room where I made myself smaller to fit, where my softness felt like something to apologize for. Tonight I take up the space my softness always deserved. It was never in competition with my power. My softness was never weakness, it was always my depth. My softness was never weakness, it was always my strength. My softness was never weakness, it was always, always me. I no longer need to prove I am strong by becoming hard. My softness has survived things hardness would have shattered under. It bent, it did not break. It opened, it did not close. Tonight I finally see what it was capable of all along. was never weakness, it was always my depth. My softness was never weakness, it was always my strength. My softness was never weakness, it was always, always me. I used to think being taken seriously meant leaving softness at the door, as if a gentle voice could never carry a decision that mattered. Tonight I bring my whole self into every room, softness included. It was never the thing standing between me and respect. I think of every time I braced myself before speaking, expecting to be dismissed, softening my truth before anyone had the chance to soften it for me. Tonight I speak plainly, gently, and completely, without shrinking first. My softness and my clarity were never opposites. My softness was never weakness, it was always my depth. My softness was never weakness, it was always my strength. My softness was never weakness, it was always, always me. My softness listened when others would have argued. My softness stayed when others would have left. That kind of endurance was never weakness. It was quiet mastery. Tonight, I finally give it the name it always deserved. My softness was never weakness, it was always my depth. My softness was never weakness, it was always my strength. My softness was never weakness, it was always, always me. There was a time I thought I had to trade my softness for safety, believing hardness would protect me better than tenderness ever could. Tonight I understand that my softness was its own protection all along. It let me sense danger, sense truth, sense love, before anything else could. I carry my softness like a quiet, unshakable truth. There was a day you stopped fighting yourself. Tonight, we remember it. I fought my own power like it was something dangerous to hold. I made myself smaller so no one would call me too much. I dimmed what was radiant so the room would feel comfortable. Tonight I remember the day I stopped fighting myself. My power was never loud, it was never cruel, it was never cold. It moved quietly beneath my softness the whole time. I mistook my own strength for something I had to control. Tonight, I let it rise, finally, without resistance. I stopped fighting my own power was never against you. It was always waiting for you. I think of every time I apologized for being too much, too intense, too deep, too powerful for the room I was in. Tonight I stopped shrinking to keep others comfortable. My power was never meant to be quiet forever. I stopped fighting my own power. I stopped fighting myself. I stopped fighting my own power. I let it rise itself. I stopped fighting my own power, and finally I am free. My power and my softness were never at war with each other. They were always meant to stand together, hand in hand. Tonight I stopped choosing between being gentle and being strong. I am both fully, without apology, without division. I stopped fighting my own power. I stopped fighting myself. I stopped fighting my own power. I let it rise itself. I stopped fighting my own power, and finally I am free. I used to believe my power needed permission before it could show itself, waiting for someone to tell me it was safe, that it was allowed. Tonight I stopped waiting. Tonight the permission comes from within me. My power was never meant to ask for anyone's approval. I think of every time I made myself smaller to keep the peace, trading my own rising for someone else's comfort. Tonight I understand that peace built on my shrinking was never real peace. I choose a different peace now, one where I get to stand fully. I stopped fighting my own power. I stopped fighting myself. I stopped fighting my own power. I let it rise itself. I stopped fighting my own power, and finally I am free. My power was never about controlling others. It was about no longer betraying myself. It was never about being louder. It was about no longer going silent. Tonight I let it stand, unapologetic, undiminished, unafraid. This is not aggression. This is simply my truth, finally upright. I stopped fighting my own power. I stopped fighting myself. I stopped fighting my own power. I let it rise itself. I stopped fighting my own power, and finally I am free. There was a day, quiet and unremarkable, when something in me simply stopped resisting. No lightning, no announcement, just a decision made in stillness. Tonight I return to that day, and I let it decide again. The fighting ends here, and my power finally gets to just exist. The fight is over. The war within is ended. My power rises now, quiet, certain, unshaken. I no longer need permission to be exactly this strong. From my soul to yours, the fighting finally stops.